Hi, Shi. Hi, Angie. Can you guys hear me?
And then let us hear from Doctor on more details on the.
Okay.
Okay.
So you speak?
Yes.
All right. So thank you so much to MOSHPA, Malaysian Occupational Safety and Health Practitioner Association. Thanks to Datuk Kana and Secretary General KK and all members of MOSHPA for us to have this session on managing stress while you are working at home. Okay, so I'm Sangeeta Kaur. I'm a licensed counselor. I'm also a psychometric expert where we talk about body language, when we talk about emotional and mental well-being. I'm also a founder of a foundation, Yayasan Help on Work. So today we're going to talk about how stress, how, while you are working at home, it can generate stress and how do you manage it. Okay, with me today, we have Dr. Bains, okay, and he is a well-versed physio in the field, and he's going to talk about ergonomics. So, Dr. Bains, do you want to say something?
Yeah, sure. First of all, let me thank Sangeeta and also the Secretary, General Secretary, Mr. KK, who's also here, I suppose, yeah. So now I am Dr. Bains, call me Dr. Bains, it's okay. And I am the senior consultant physiotherapist in the country. We have a chain of physiotherapy clinics in the whole of the nation, also in Jakarta, under the trade name of Bains Physio. We have about 45 physiotherapists working with us. I am a speaker in the radio, and I'm also a royal physiotherapist. I see a lot of dignitaries in this country. I also have a lot of papers I've written about health, ergonomics, and well, what I do now is more of consultative job, meeting people, talking to them, changing lifestyles in the home, and bringing about quality of life to people who are confined to workstation. We have given a lot of ergonomics talks to the UNESCO, to offices in Cyberjaya. We have given Toshiba, some corporate areas. We have given hands-on ergonomics actually in all these areas in the same time in Brahim. What we do is normally we have a day talk on body, first session, second session, and then subsequently we go down to the chambers, the areas of work, stations of work, look at the way they work and how they organize things, whether they are the heavy duty workers or they are sedentary workers or whether they are executives. So everybody, I always keep saying that we all have a back, a back, and I'm in $1 billion business because everybody have a backache in their lifetime. So today we're going to talk about ergonomics at home and how stress, what Dr. Sangeeta has said, how stress can bring about problems in the homes, and I'm going to talk about how the physical effects of all the stresses.
Okay.
Thank you, Sangeeta.
All right. Thank you, Doctor. So we're just going to go straight to about stress and working from home. And then me and Dr. Bains, we're going to have an interactive session where we ask. So if you have any questions, please write it down, just post, because I've muted all of you so that, it's clearer and it's easy to communicate. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So most of us, when we hear all almost everyone, we talk about, oh, I'm so stressed, I'm so this, I cannot manage, I got overwhelmed with work. And stress has been used widely, and people think that stress is not good. But actually, you need stress in your daily life, okay? So what is stress? Stress is how the body reacts if there's any changes happen in your environment, in how you perceive things, in how you do things, all right? And also, when you start to process those information, your response will be different, okay? And this also relate to if you have a certain belief, okay, that it's out of what you're supposed to present or supposed to do, and then it will create stress. So we need to identify stress because, as you know, everyone start using, I'm stressed working this, I'm stressed working that, but it's not bad stress. You need stress to motivate you. You need stress to keep you going, all right? And that is why we say good stress are needed for you to be out there, especially when you have a short-term project, okay? And during that moment, you need to work extra hours, you need to put in more resources, you need to do a lot of things. That is why we need that stress to keep us going, all right? And then when we talk about bad stress, okay? So when we talk about bad stress, it's when you did not or you are unable to manage your good stress and it prolonged into a longer period of time. That is why you feel all this body aching, okay? You can't really focus, you feel stress on your shoulders, you feel, you be slouching. And that's where Dr. Bains will be explaining later that how your posture relates to how you respond to others also, okay? And all this link, because every time people, when we talk about occupational safety and health, it's all about safety, safety, safety. It's all about physical safety. And when we talk about mental health, emotional health, it's just a fraction of it, okay? And when if you look at occupational safety and health, health plays a very minimum role in terms of OSH. So we need to combine this because it works together. Okay? All right. Another thing that I would like to share to all of you who are listening, and later I'll post this video, is that always have this in our mind that nothing is personal. We are all diverse. So when we are diverse, we need to understand that the way you think, you behave, you respond will be different from me. Okay? And in order to manage your stress at work, all right, these responses of nothing personal needs to come in because everyone plays a different role in organization. Everybody holds certain things and everybody's job equally the same, meaning the importance of that job, importance of that role, we are all equally same. Finance need to manage finance, sales have to manage sales, OSH need to manage OSH. So you are all interrelated and everyone equally important. And this is important for everyone to know. So how do you manage working from home? Okay. And as you can see, my environment is quite quiet because all the kids are out there and I'm in the room. So, because I have the privilege of that. But most of my colleague or my friends, they don't have this privilege. You can see children running around, you can see the noisy background, so many things. So how do you manage that? Because when you give a persona or you have a belief that you are still working, you need to perform as how you perform at work, then you need to reevaluate that belief. Okay, because at work you don't have children running, you don't have to clean the house, you don't have to cook, you don't have to do so many things. But when you're at home, this role you have to play. You have to do too many roles at one time. And when you need to work, and if you, I'm sure most of you have your Zoom conversation, meetings, con call. So you need to bear in mind that you are at home. have a clear boundaries, have a clear expectation. So this is how you help to manage stress from home. All right. Another thing that I would like to before I pass it to Dr. Bains is that I always believe in 3-second rule. Okay. So my 3-second rule is reflect, re-evaluate, and react. Why? You see, while you are having a discussion, when you are having meeting with your colleague, you can feel, I mean, sometimes, you know, your family members will come in and ask you something. Okay, before you turn and shout at them or show a very discomfort response, have a 3-second rule where you able to reflect. Okay, right now I'm at home, okay, managing so many things. Okay, some are in my control, some are out of my control. Secondly, I need to re-evaluate scenario. Okay, should I respond in a negative emotion or should I respond in a positive emotion? Okay, most of the time when people respond in negative emotion, it's a short term. Okay, negative emotion is short term because we feel that that's the time we are stressed. We need to say, get out, don't disturb, come into my workspace. But after you finish your meeting, after you finish your con call, you're going to face that people out there where you're going to confine for another 13, 14 days. So please re-evaluate and then you react. Okay. This 3 is very important. I call it the 3R: reflect, re-evaluate, and react. Okay. And when you understand that I need this stress right now in order for me to move, in order for me to get things done, but it's a good stress. Don't put it in your mind that, oh, I'm stressed, staying at home. I'm stressed handling the kids. I'm stressed handling my wife, my spouse, my in-laws. All this, it's a daily life. And how do you manage it? First, by nothing personal. And second thing is the 3-second rule, the 3R. Okay, reflect, re-evaluate, and react. Okay, Dr. Bains, you want to add anything to this? Oh, okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not sitting in the right position. I'm moving forward and I'm going back, and my chair is not in a level. So what I'm going to do is now, Dr. Bains, you can take over in terms of ergonomics and how it affects us while working at home. Yeah.
Thank you, Sangeeta. That was a very nice 3 factors that you brought about.
Thank you.
I would like to just emphasize here, there one very important thing is that stress brings about definitely a mental state, a state of mind. And a state of mind is linked to this skeleton of yours. And the skeleton of yours is, full of muscles and all that stuff. So every stress that you put onto your mind has an effect on your neck, has an effect on your lower back. Now, one thing that I would like to emphasize before this. Now, in any situation that we are in, whether we are going to sleep, whether we are going to have our food at the dining table, or whether we're going to watch a movie, always keep in mind that this body that you are now putting on a particular position is going to be totally in a state of unconsciousness soon after you start applying your mind there. So putting yourself on a very comfortable position, that your back is rested very well, have this mind of always remember this, that whenever we sit down or we position ourselves on a bed, even position in such a way that you know that in the next few minutes this body is going to be nowhere near in your thoughts. Is going to be your mind taking over the body's position. So your posture, immediate posture, you cannot be conscious about your posture all the while. If you can be conscious about your posture all the while, I think then you cannot work, you cannot progress, you can't do anything else. So putting your body in a position very comfortable, remember that your elbows are well rested. So when this situation is well taken care of. So two things, your elbows are rested on the chair or a table. Number two, your legs are placed on the floor. If the legs are hanging, then get something to keep it, a stool or a small place to keep your legs on it. So your legs are well placed, your hands are well placed, your stress on the neck is taken off, your stress from the back is taken off. First thing. And then you can get into any situation. Obviously, when you get angry, you can't remember which position you are in, right? So now that's a difficult situation. But in any city, wherever you are, whether you're going to watch a movie, you're going to put to sleep. Sometimes you see people sleeping just like that. You know, they just bump on the bed and get in the crouch position, and then, you know, next few hours you're in that position, you're stressing your body. So here is a situation, place yourself well, position yourself well, and say, well, good night to yourself. So that's where. So when you stress yourself in your mind, remember, you are stressing your muscles. And when you stress your muscles, you know, you are now stressing the stability of your spine. Your spine is stable because of your muscle. When I ask a question, what makes you upright? 90% of the people say bones. But the bones will not be upright if your muscles are not alive. If your muscle dies, your bones collapse, right? So the very essence of your existence is your muscles.
Mm-hmm.
And the muscles are taking care of all the areas in your bones. And the bone here gives you shape, one. Number two, it takes care of your nerves. It controls your nerves, it positions your nerve, and it gives the nerves enough room for it to do its conductivity. So when the muscles go compounding, stress over stress daily, it compounds the stress. So a compounded stress over a period of time, I'm talking about muscular stress, compounded muscular stress over a period of time then causes strain. That strain then again, you know, it amplifies, snowballs into pain. And the pain, most of the time we rub some medicine and it just goes away. But it's still compounding because over a period of time of a pain, then it becomes pathological because it starts disturbing the nerves. And that's where we start running, with numbness in the arms, numbness in the head. You get tennis elbow, you get, you know, we call it mouse syndrome. You have got the wrist problems, you know, got carpal tunnel syndrome, all starts from the neck. So if your neck is positioned very well, if your neck muscles are taken care of very well, I perhaps will tell you before I end some exercises so that you can do it whenever before you leave, right?
Yes,
so
that will be good.
This will be very interesting. So what's important is keeping your muscles toned. Now, I like to give you one more point here. We are all subject to electricity and we have forgotten our nature. Unfortunately, fortunately, we are now confined to the home. But what we have forgotten is we are supposed to be sleeping when there is a sunset by nature. By nature. Sunset, half an hour more, and you're sleeping. And we are supposed to sleep by nature until sunrise, right? Where we talk about the global population around the, you know, equator. We forget about the population at the North and South Pole for time being because they have a different system. Well, we are supposed to be, but what happens today is that we sleep at 12, 1, 11, sometimes 2. And so we eat our time for sleeping. That compounds because we are stressing our muscles. We are not giving enough rest. So the rest point is not enough. Hours of sleep is not enough. And the muscles get into a state of tiredness. It gets tired. That's why when we get up in the morning, we are still very tired. We sleep for 5 hours, we are still very tired. We are never fresh because we have stolen hours of sleep from our body already. Well, how to do that? Perhaps now is a good time because we are confined. Sleep enough. We can do that. So these are a few things that I like to add on to your, you know, your talk, Sangeeta.
All right.
Maybe we can open, you know, for questions now.
Yes, yes. So we have one question from Dato Alia. Hi, Dato. Good morning. Okay. Are we overusing the word stress? I find most use the word for the sake of mere saying. Okay, so there's two ways of looking at it. Okay, from my perception, from what I understand is that, yes, people will just say, I'm stressed this, I'm stressed that. But when you keep on saying the same word over and over again, it gives you emotional effect, because it's like a mantra, you know, when you say that I'm stressed, I'm stressed, I'm stressed, by just like, I'm not sure whether you are actually feeling that stress emotion overwhelmingly, or because everyone around you are saying it, so I want to be in that group. So I want to say I'm stressed too. So that's the important part. You know, you don't say that I love people, right? But you use the word I'm stressed, I'm stressed, I'm stressed. So the moment you use it, keep on using it over and over again, it will be in your mind, and it will go into your subconscious and make believe that you are stressed. So when you listen to all these negative words and it repeatedly, and then it goes into your mind and it makes like, yes, this is what I need to go through, this is what I'm feeling right now, and it will affect your Dr. Bains, it can affect the way you sit, the way you do things, right? Because when you are stressed, your body responds differently. When you are stressed, you just don't want to be up straight, and you don't want to stand tall. So you go down to that posture of you, because when you feel that, then it's more relaxed, you think. But actually, the word stress has been overused. Dr. Bains, you want to add to that?
Yes, stress actually is sometimes it's silent. You know, we do not know what is stress, but definitely distress and stress is something that you should cope yourself very well. As you say, the mental coping of stress. Stress is a word which is used to express, you know, a state of a terrible feeling, right?
Mm.
Not happy,
Yeah, people
unhappiness,
people
and you
always
are,
relate stress
yeah,
to
stress. And
unhappiness,
majority
negative.
of,
Yeah.
exactly, and just like how they use the word love, sometimes
Mm.
has no meaning. But
Yes.
this, like that, you stress. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. I'm stressed. But as you say, if you keep on calling for stress, because we know the meaning, you see, the mind does not understand language.
Mm.
The mind learns through perception. There's a chemistry behind this. So when it says stress, whether you are angry, whether you are desperate, whether you have lost something, or you in a crying mode. So all these things are, you know, bundle up into stress, and there's a chemistry behind that. So that chemistry is a phenomenon in the body, and that chemistry is the one which actually creates trouble for you. It gives you all the kind of toxins that comes out from the body and gives you the reaction to it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what stress is. Perhaps the stress is a very big thing, and how we cope and how we define it is important.
Yes. Yes. Okay, so
Second
we
is a,
have a question. Can you speak a little on Dato Alia's crack manipulation for neck and back? Dr. Bains?
yeah, yes. You see, when we do cracking, what is the sound? When you do that, there's a sound, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a sound. And a sense of stretch. The sense of stretch. Now, what is that sound that takes place in all the joints that we have? It's a vacuum. There's a vacuum in every joint which is fit naturally, and the vacuum is created in such a way to keep the pressure of the joint intact all the while. And number one. Number two, the vacuum absorbs the heat when you move a joint. There's a heat that is produced,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that vacuum, which is shattered, is not in one point,
Mm-hmm.
shattered around. It absorbs the heat at every end of the joint, because every movement, every dynamic movement has heat production, right? If you bend the wire for a while, a few times, you touch and see it's hot. Similarly, our joints also cause heat. So this vacuum, which is naturally inside our body, is actually to absorb that heat. Now, but when the body is rested for a while and we become sedentary, we don't have much activities, this vacuum, you just imagine shattered bubbles in a glass, and ultimately they start compiling and make into one big bubble, right? So that bubble, a big vacuum, occupies a space. And when when that bubble is been forced to go through a joint movement, it sounds a pop. The pop sound, then it shatters the small bubbles again. But once you have done that crack, you will never be able to do the second crack again. Now, cracking the spine, to some extent, is okay if you do it by yourself actively. But if you have somebody to do it, they should do it very gently. Some of the professionals I know, they do a very aggressive movement. That aggressive movement can cause a lot of tears, a lot of damages, microscopical damages in the body. So we try to avoid that. It's fine if you are a young person, you go for a crack and all that, fine, it's okay. But as you grow into your elderly age, 40 and 45, you can have a pathological fracture without you realizing that there's a fracture suddenly in your body, right? So we avoid that. But yes, if you have a person who can, physiotherapist will do it, a gentle, a stretch. A stretch is important, but a crack is not important.
Okay.
Right.
So I must
I
stop
hope I have answered the
cracking.
question.
Yes, I must stop cracking all these at my neck.
Yeah, you can do that. You can just do that little bit, but don't overdo it.
I'll do it like that normally.
That's fine. That's fine, because
Okay.
that's okay. But don't let somebody do that, you see.
I don't know. I used to, but now, okay, I need to stop that. Yeah.
Try not to, because these professionals who does all the cracking, they are banned in some countries already because they have broken necks. They have caused death, you know. So they are banned. So we physiotherapists do not do the cracking, you know. There's no such thing as alignment in the body. There's no alignment in the body. The body alignment is by the muscle strength.
Okay. One last question, Dr. Bain, because we need to end the session, right? Okay. One last question. You know, all this massage place, when people say, "Oh, I'm stressed, I need to go and massage," or you know, they tend to pull you and then to crack you. How is that? Okay, I think
as far as
two
massage
questions.
is concerned, is concerned is fine. It's good to have massage, because massage is basically a very ancient medicine.
Okay.
Ever since human being was there from the jungles, right? But to get somebody to crack your head like the barbers do that, don't do it. Don't allow anybody to step on your spine. You know, some of the ladies will step on your spine and walk from spine to spine. Please, we have a lot of patients coming to us having a lot of problems with after that, okay?
Yeah.
Don't tell your children to just suddenly stretch you, you know, in a position where you get into an odd position and you cannot wake up from the bed. We have gone to people's home and, you know, we had to struggle them to get them out of the bed and get to the hospital. So please, do not do something that is not normal. Life.
That was my next question.
Yes, your stretches, your simple stretches are fine. You know, I will give you one stretch which you can do it in your home afterwards, and you will have you will like it.
Okay. I'll just have this short message before we do the stretching exercise. Yeah. Okay. So this is from MOSHPA. So they if you look at your chat messages, they are doing okay, I'm just going to read. Yeah. Dear members and friends, greetings to all in this time of COVID-19. Many shelter homes are going through hard times. So what they are doing is they have listed down 15 items to purchase, and it will be good if everyone can contribute a minimum of 50 ringgit. So KK, she, Secretary General of MOSHPA, he have key in the account number and the information there. So please, if you want to contribute, please do that.
Good.
Okay, and it's towards, you know, the more you share, the more you help others, you
Yeah.
feel, I don't know, I feel it's good. All right.
It's
Okay,
a good
so
time to do that.
yes, so I'm just going to recap what we have discussed earlier. So earlier, what I shared about is what is good stress, what is bad stress, how you need to manage. Okay, it's how you respond to others. Okay, nothing personal. Then we take a 3-second break, a 3-second pause where you do the 3R: reflect, re-evaluate, and react. Okay, have a clear boundaries on what are your expectations. And Dr. Bain mentioned about the mind, the neck, and the body is all related. Okay, then we go through the cracking, we go through the, you know, don't think that to manage stress from home, you can ask your kids to stand on your back or your spouse to stand on your back. Yeah, so it's a no, don't do that. Okay,
Yeah.
then something else will happen. You know, you can't move out. You can't go back to yourself. Okay,
It
so
become more
now,
expensive.
yeah, more expensive. Okay, try to avoid cracking, ask someone else to crack, because it's not good for your health. Okay, and also sleep. Sleep is very important. Okay, you need good sleep. And I think right now, Dr. Bain, can we do the exercise before we end? Like we have another 5 more
Yes.
minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
Great thing. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I've got two exercises. I think you can see my. I'm going to stand right at the corner. Um, I can see most of the homes we have. All the corners are occupied. Please empty one corner of your house. Now, here we are. I think you can see right here. Okay. Now, here's the corner of my house. Can you hear that,
Okay.
all of you? You put your hands across here, and the elbow is always stretched out, and stand straight, looking at the corner here. And then you bring one of your legs to the corner, and you stretch yourself, getting inside. 1 and 2 and 3. And the next one is again, you put next leg and you stretch, making sure the elbow is not bending.
Okay.
That's one very good exercise for your chest. So what does that do is that it opens up your chest, right? It stretches your thorax, and it allows the lungs to have enough air. We need 5 liters of air in the lungs. So when you slouch, your air condition gets lesser. So when the air inhalation is lesser, your oxygen is less. When your oxygen is less, your brain, you get headaches because you don't have enough oxygen going to your head anymore. All right, remember that?
Okay.
And when you are working on your computers, you know, often just press your head, not moving your head, just keep on pressing. Give head, yes, you can do all of you all if you want to, and keep yourself straight. And you see, I'm not bending my head. I don't do this. Just keep it there and static. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you go at this side, at the temple, you see, keep your hand here, and this side too, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at the back of the occiput, you put your fingers together here, and you push your head backwards without moving your head. Don't do this. Push your head backwards.
So it's like
With both the
putting
hands.
pressure. It's like putting pressure.
And not moving.
Okay.
That's static in the front. Just put your head here and press forward. Keep that pressure on for a while. So you count to 5. Each time you do that, your muscles immediately go into a rest position.
Okay.
Immediately, you know.
Okay.
So these are the exercise for you. I think what we will do is, Sangeeta, next we're going to talk about aging.
Sorry?
And age-related ergonomics in the homes.
Okay, age-related. All right.
All right. So we will speak about that.
Okay.
What's aging all about, and what's the muscles, how the muscle changes. I think it'll be a very interesting thing.
Yeah, like how what you shared yesterday, that, you know, from a child to adult.
Yeah.
It's different, right?
From womb to grave. We see from
home to grave. Yeah. So it's different. So please join us again. So our Secretary General, this good webinar, can we have one more session next week? Definitely, right, Dr. Bates?
Yeah, sure.
Can have
Why not?
another one.
Interesting.
Yes, right?
Yeah, very interesting to share. I
Yes,
hope,
yes.
I hope, I hope I've given you something new dimensions. I hope it's nothing from everybody. I hope you have taken home something new today.
Yes, yes, they do, they do. So thank you so much, to spend your Saturday morning with us. And on next week, on Monday up to Friday, we have COVID-19. Are you ready to get back to work? Okay. I will also share the link, the post, and one of the day Dr. Bains will be in to talk about body. Okay. And we have Dr. Hazli, psychiatrist, and we
Very good.
have Hani, our HR expert, and I'm gonna have like individual to talk about different things. How do you prepare your employee? How do you prepare yourself to go back to work? Okay, with this, I would like to say thank you to MOSHPA, to Datuk Kana, Shishi, all as KKshi, not Shishi, okay? KKshi.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's like when you're moving too fast because of the time, it's everything like a real. Thank you so much for the opportunity. We're going to post again for the next week's session. So all the best, keep strong, and remember, if you need any counseling or you need to reach out, please do so. There's a lot of association giving telecounseling, so please reach out. So my tagline is reach out, speak out. Okay, reach out, speak out. Yes. So all the best. Remember, don't overuse the word stress because you can get immune to it and you feel that you need to respond to it negatively. All right? Take care. Bye-bye. Dr. Bains?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Khanna and Secretary. I wish you all the best of luck. We'll meet again.
Okay.
Bye. Have a good time.
Dato, you want to say something, Dato Kana?
Yeah.
Wait. I can't hear you. Hold on, yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you very much for both of you. I think it was a very interesting session. I've learned a lot. I'll do all the sketches now. Okay. See you all again.
All right.
Thanks
See you
for
next
the
week.
members too.
Remember to do
Right.
the exercise, like this, all over, okay? Goodbye. See you
Okay.
then. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Right.